reintroducing into my routine that has made such a difference. It's so common to get to like this midpoint of the year and start to feel like quite overwhelmed. We do always have a choice. We have the choice whether or not we continue doing the same thing and feeling the same way and getting the same result, or we can make a change. I'm going to show you guys one of the easiest but most delicious lunches. My personal opinion, it's the best way to meal prep. Really helped me when it comes to motivation with my training. There's going to be, plateau weeks. There's going to be weeks where you go down, and there's going to be weeks where everything is great. I'm really good at literally as a Ferrero chef. And then you just attach to your pup. If you are someone that likes to train in your shoes, you always want to be aiming for a more flat sole. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube. I thought today I would take you guys through a little daily vlog because we've got a lovely jam-packed day today, which is very exciting. It is Monday and we are just about to enter May. So I have made a commitment to myself to really have a bit of a reset for the start of this week to make sure I've got the best energy to move into May. I just think it makes such a difference. I hate bringing in things that are weighing you down into a new week or a new month. So I feel like it's the best place to start today, where I can take you through everything, give you guys some life updates and kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So we're just going to spend the entire day together. I'm also on a new batch of supplements, so I thought I would just quickly take you guys through that. So I take this, which it has glutamine, apple pectin, slippery elm, and a whole heap of other things. It's called Nutritious for your gut lining. I also take this, which is kind of a bit of a fiber supplement, again for your gut lining. I take iron tablets, probiotic, and I also been taking greens as well, just to add more nutrients into my diet, because even though I already eat a whole lot of fruit and veg and everything like that, we're still not going to get in, every fruit and every veg, and they all contain different nutrients that our body does need. So I have found that just having some greens is just helping my body get in more micronutrients that I may not be getting from my diet. So obviously with all my gut health stuff as well, I am super picky when it comes to any type of supplements I take, because my stomach is super sensitive, and I have genuinely been loving this one. It tastes so good and I haven't had any gut flares whatsoever from it. So I have been continuing to take that and it's been amazing so far. So that is what I've been doing. And then I also, before I go on my morning walk, before I have my coffee, I have a big tablespoon of sauerkraut as well, because that's got good prebiotics and stuff like that that is really good for our gut. So I've been doing that before I go on my walk and have my coffee, come back straight away, have my supplements and have my breakfast, and then my greens as well. Poor little Hugo, he has had the pup flu. So he has had, I never knew that this was a thing, but it started with a bit of a cough. And then he got the proper flu, blocked snotty nose and everything. God bless him, the poor little thing. He was feeling very, very, very sorry for himself. But he's starting to feel a bit better. I never knew that dogs could get blocked noses and get sick like that. And it was so sad for him, but it was just getting snot everywhere. And because I felt so bad for him, I was just cuddling up to him and letting him sleep on the bed and everything. And then there was just snot everywhere. So I've washed my bed sheets about 4 times, every single day for ever since he's been sick. But he's also just staring at me right now, and it's he's gotten so used to me just cuddling him all day, every day. And now he's why are you cuddling me? Also due for my period today, and guys, I have honestly been so emotional, just so up and down, and just crying every day for the last week, just over the smallest of thing, and everything has been triggering me. And honestly, I have actually, which I'm going to talk to you guys more about later in the video, I am getting back into my meditation, and I've been doing it for the last 2 mornings because I just want to feel like, well, one, it's going to really help with all my gut stuff to just really kind of calm my body down, because I'm catching myself just kind of revert back to my go, go, go type of mentality. So I'm really like making a conscious effort to really ground myself again and really bring myself back down and just really connect with like my body and my mind and the way that I used to, because I used to be so on top of that and I felt my absolute best. Like, yeah, I have big updates that I want to catch you guys up on, because it's a huge intention and focus of me, especially moving into this next month. Like, I know that that's what my body and my mind and I am craving right now, is just that really, like that really calming nature. So I really want to be bringing that back into my everyday life. And yeah, so far the last 2 mornings I've been doing my like a morning like 5 to, it has been honestly about 10-minute meditation, and the shift it has already made is crazy. Like, it is actually crazy. I was feeling really like triggered, and obviously I'm also getting my period, so I know that that would also have an impact, but I was just feeling really triggered by like a lot of things and just feeling really anxious and like overwhelmed a lot. And even this morning, like someone made a video about me, like just a guy talking about me wearing a crop top and shorts to the gym. It was such a stupid video. Like it didn't make me upset at all, but I just like watched it and I was like, this is so stupid. Whereas like if I was to watch that a few days ago, I probably would have just been constantly thinking about it and just felt really like, you know, just really overworked about it. So yeah, and then I just caught myself like naturally reverting back down to slower breathing when I was feeling like my heart rate speed up. Like I was just like, and just like, you know, calming myself down. So that's been really good. And I just, yeah, I want to share with you guys some things that I'm going to be focusing on to really like help recenter, realign, and like reconnect with myself, because I just feel like I am just a bit more autopilot and it's like, yeah, calm and centered as I used to be and where I'd like to be. So it's a huge focus for me. But anyways, I'm going to drink my drink, and then actually I'm going to go head down to a cafe that I've been loving working at, and I want to show it to you guys because I'm obsessed. It's like the perfect working spot, and I love working at a cafe. I'm so much more productive, and I just feel like I can like really tunnel in a lot more, and I've got a lot of work to do this morning. It's such a busy week. A lot of exciting things happening this week as well though, guys. So I'm sure I'll be able to share everything with you soon. But yeah, I'm going to go do some work there. There's also my favorite coffee there that I am obsessed with. So going to go do that, get some work done, and then yeah, continue to take you guys along my day. But happy Monday. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. And anyways, I'm going to take my sups now, and then we're going to head straight away.
Good thing, but just not mistaking it for godhood.
As part of you.
Are you feeling a little bit better? Hugo is honestly not well, the poor thing. He's so tired. He like has, it's kind of like a human sickness. Like when, you know how you have like little bits where you start to feel a little bit better, but then certain times of the day it hits you super hard. Poor thing is just like so low in energy. So, oh, nice baby. Just a little snot puddle. Cool. Guys, I have just finished a whole heap of meetings. So, not gonna lie, not feeling the most energetic, not the most motivated right now, but let me just wipe your nose. Oh, baby. Let me, hang on, puppy. Come here. Come here. Let me wipe, please. healthy. Delicious. Yeah, definitely not feeling my most energetic, but we follow the plan and not the mood. Low-key kind of like that trend that's going around right now, because it's very realistic. We're not gonna, like 99.9% of the time, we are not gonna feel like going to the gym, going for that walk, doing the work, anything that needs to be done to help us reach our goals or help us improve in our life or help us, you know, accomplish really anything. So yes, I'm actually just gonna make myself some pre-workout because I need the energy, guys. I need the energy, so we're gonna do it. And then we have got glutes and hamstrings today, so this is actually a really good workout. I'll take you guys along for it. I enjoy it. It's like, I have been loving having a much more simpler approach to my training, because even if I don't feel like it, it's not like I've got 8 exercises to go do. I've got like 4 to 5. Once you do the first exercise, you know, you're in a good groove. Something that has really helped me when it comes to motivation with my training is just releasing a lot of the pressure that I put on myself for that session. So for example, if I'm really not feeling like going to the gym and I have all this pressure on myself to hit certain weights and I'm like, but I don't have the energy today, it's so easy to talk yourself out of that session. However, if you go in and you're just like, look, I may not have the best training session today, I may not be able to hit the numbers that I want to hit today, but I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a feel for the movement, even if I have to drop the weight down, focus more on mind muscle connection, overweight, slow it down, you know, maybe increase the reps, whatever. Decreasing that pressure on yourself, you're like, I'll then go, and then 9 times out of 10 I end up having a fantastic session. And if I don't, then that's okay too, because the most important thing is consistency. Not every single session is going to be an amazing session. Not every single week is going to be linear. There's going to be, you know, plateau weeks. There's going to be weeks where you go down, and there's going to be weeks where everything is great. But we're looking for that consistency over time, and that at the end of the day is what is going to lead to results. This isn't just with training. It's with your nutrition. It's with your business goals. It's literally with every single area of your life. And I think that's one of the reasons I love weight training so much, is because all the habits, all the discipline, and all the little tricks you play on yourself when it comes to my training, I literally translate into all areas of my life. So yeah, if you're not feeling too motivated, you find yourself kind of talking yourself out of a gym session, relieve that pressure from yourself and just say, okay, well, let's just go. Let's get a feel. If it's not a great training session day, let's decrease the weight. Let's, you know, slow down the movements. Let's switch the intention and that focus for that session. But a lot of the time you will actually surprise yourself, and because you've actually released a lot of that pressure for yourself, you end up having an amazing session, and you will always leave feeling 100 times better for showing up when you didn't feel like it, because you also prove to yourself that you commit to your word, and it doesn't matter if you feel like it or not, you commit to your goals, and you have that discipline. And as well, you know, what's the worst that can happen? If you were going to miss the session, you go and you decide you're going to give it a crack, and you go through the first, you know, exercise, and you're like, you know what, not feeling it, you do decide to go home, at least you tried. Because I'm telling you, there has been times I've just turned my ass around and I've gone home, but I always am grateful that I at least attempted, because it was still an act of showing up. And also sometimes it is a matter of listening to your body. If it feels really crappy and you're like, not what my body needs today, I'm going to go have a stretch instead, or I'm going to go for a walk instead, you still showed up for yourself, and importantly, you also listened to what your body needed. So yeah, there's definitely a push and a pull where, you know, some days you just need to show up and you're going to surprise yourself and you're going to have an amazing session. You're going to hit some PBs and it's going to be incredible. And there's going to be other days you try to show up for yourself and then you realize that your body needs something different. But either way, you're still showing up for yourself. So my little procrastination prep talk. But anyways, let's go hit some glutes and hamstrings, guys, and I will see you guys there. pretty good session. I filmed what I could in there for you guys. But I did just do 30 minutes on the elliptical just while I actually ended up putting up a question box today. So I just answered some questions whilst I was doing cardio. But that is one thing I'm going to be more consistent with, because honestly, I love question boxes because I just feel like I can talk so much more about things on my Instagram in particular. And I have been doing question boxes like pretty much the entire time I've been doing my social media and stuff like that. And I've always just like loved doing it, because I feel like I'm literally just waiting for when I freaking break this goddamn thing, because it's not good. No, I love doing question boxes, so I'm actually going to make a promise to myself to do it every single week. So I'm thinking I'm going to think of a day that's going to be the best day to do it. I'm thinking possibly Fridays. It's Monday today, but I think maybe Fridays will be a good time to do it, just because like it's the end of the week, and I've typically got a lot of my work stuff done, because I tend to do like really long replies, so I can like add a lot more context. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, guys, because I promise you I'm going to be really consistent in doing that, because I genuinely enjoy doing that so much. So anyways, I'm just going to head back home now, and I will take Hugo for a walk this afternoon, because it's such a beautiful day and the weather has been actually really unpredictable. So I would like to kind of embrace like the clear skies as much as possible. So we'll go for a walk this afternoon, and I'm gonna eat some lunch. So I'll show you guys. It's quite a late lunch. I did end up having something before I left, which was just some veg and some chicken, which I forgot to film. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys one of the easiest but most delicious Hugo lunches, and I've actually been obsessed with this for well over a year now. So I just get this crunchy mix from Aldi, but I'm sure you can get it from most places. It just has crunchy vegetables, white and red cabbage, carrots, spring onion, celery, red onion, and noodles. And then also does have a sauce in here, but I only use some of the noodles and some of the sauce. No, stop. Stop it, Hugo. No, what are you doing? I don't have like a big enough bowl, so no, I need to make this aesthetic, don't I? Bloody hell. We're going to use this little monster just so I can mix good. I do typically about half this mix. To do tuna, I love the Serena tuna. I personally find it the tastiest. Yum. I used to have tuna every single day without fail, like 2 cans every single day, but it is something I have really cut back on, because when I was having my really bad flares, tuna started to really flare up my gut. So it is something that I kind of tend to have a bit more in moderation now. I don't get any flares when I have it now, but they do say that you shouldn't have tuna every day because of the mercury and stuff, especially like the stuff in the can. So I guess that's something to be mindful of. But I don't know, the convenience of tuna, it's something that I definitely have anytime I travel, like anytime I'm like go back to Newcastle or I'm away. Tuna is always my go-to because it's just such an easy and convenient protein option, and you can just have it with rice cakes, or you can get some salad or something like that. But yeah, I love tuna. I've always loved tuna. Okay, next we're going to do just a little bit of this sauce. It's called Asian dressing sauce, and I just do a little bit, just adds a lot of flavor. But something to be mindful of if you are someone that is trying to be more, like, I guess, calorie conscious, is the little things like these sauces are what is actually adding a ton of calories to, something that could be really healthy, like a salad. Adding sauces or dressings to the top tend to actually contain more calories than the entire salad itself. So definitely something to be mindful of if you are trying to kind of make more calorie friendly choices. Obviously right now I'm not tracking my calories at all, so I don't mind adding a little bit of extra flavor in there, especially because I already am pretty much eating a more 90 to 95% whole food diet right now anyways. And then I'm going to do about probably a third of the packet of this. And then lastly, we are going to do some goat's cheese. So much more flavor in my opinion. Hugo, no. And then I just add some salt to the top. Okay, that is how she's looking. A lovely big bowl that is literally the size of my head. Oh.
Puppy. Puppy. You literally just ate dinner and I gave you some food when I was getting... He's crying. Hugo. Why do you act like this? You act like I don't feed you and that I don't love you.
We have got some parcels. Okay, this first one is from Tim, I'm pretty sure. Because I did a big order the other week because I wanted to order more of those hanger things. Oh, come on. When you just start, you need one thing, but then you just get all this random stuff. I always do that. Oh, yeah, okay, so I just need more things to hang. I'll take it all in there and I'll show you because I just got some double ups of things that I did get. I also got a little silk bonnet for my hair because curly hair girls understand. Our hair goes so frizzy. So, look, the quality's probably not going to be that good. It did have good reviews, but the quality does not feel good in that. So, we'll see. I got some cute little PJs that also feel... What the actual... There is no way. What the actual... Okay. That is just weird as hell. Okay, so these were supposed to be like cute little fold over shorts, but the quality is like a going out attire top, which is just kind of strange. The fold is like, it looks like a skirt. It looks like a skirt with shorts underneath, and that's just not what I'm going for when I'm going to bed. I mean, this is kind of... Whatever. Should never keep your expectations high with that one. And then this one is for my sunglasses. Cute. So literally I'll show you guys the other things that I got. It's got like another one of these things just so I have a bit more room for activities. I got that thing for the glasses so I can actually store them just a little bit cleaner. And I got another one of these things because I ordered that off Temu and it holds that so perfectly. And I'm thinking about... Oops, sorry, Hugo. I'm thinking about potentially moving this so I can add a few more hangers because I have got a lot of stuff and I really just want to have like a super cute decked out wardrobe, or I can just like use it for potentially this side. So we'll see, but you've got some more of those things and the rest was a flop, but you know what? We're attempting, so that's fine. Okay, so that's that. Oh, these protein bars. So this is from Fulfill. Actually, let's try some because I am quite hungry. We've got some stickers. Okay, we've got a few different flavors here. All right, first one we've got chocolate salted caramel flavor. Yum. Chocolate walnut whip flavor. That's the one we're trying today. Yep, that looks like a Ferrero Rocher. Chocolate peanut butter. Yum. And chocolate crunch flavor. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Oh my God. Wow. Really good. That literally tastes like a Ferrero Chef. This one, I have been so excited for, because I've actually been eyeing this brand off for a while because they've got the cutest dog belts. Like, I've been walking Hugo like handless with the lead, especially because like when I have my morning coffee, if I'm holding the coffee in Hugo, like it can just be, and he tends to pull. So this is from St. Argo. How gorgeous is this slate color? And then you can wrap it around you and then tighten it. And it's so aesthetic and actually so cute. And then you just attach to your pup. And then got a little bit of extra room, whether you want it longer or whatever. And then also a little poo or treat or poo bags, treats, whatever you need. You just attach to there. How cute. Okay, we're going to take it for a whirl tomorrow and I'm so excited, but this is gorgeous and it's actually really lightweight as well. So that's good because it's not too heavy. And also this is really nice. So love that. I've been so excited for that. Okay, so these are from Rad. I know we've got a white pair. Them, like just a nice kind of casual sneaker fit. A lot of people use this for like their kind of hybrid type of training, so more like CrossFit style and stuff, because they're more of like a lightweight kind of impacty shoe, and then they also have that flat sole. So this is actually really good for if you are someone that likes to train in your shoes. You always want to be aiming for a more flat sole, like solid type of base instead of the foamy ones, because that's going to help you be more stabilized. Lastly, we've got a purple number. Actually, this would be cute with like an all black running fit. Actually quite cute. Okay, just getting my dinner together now. So this is how I have meal prepped for literally years and years and years. And I find it is, in my personal opinion, it's the best way to meal prep, because I kind of just would get over meals if I was to like put it all in different containers, and then it's like what I had to eat and I had no other choice. So cooking up a whole big batch of different vegetables and different meats and stuff, so that when it comes to the meals I feel like on that day, I can obviously pick from what I feel like having, and you can change it up each meal as well. Like you don't have to stick to the same meal for X amount of meals in a day or throughout the week or whatever, and you can obviously change things up, whether you want to make it more salad based or more veggie based or add different sauces in there. Like you just have a lot more freedom. And obviously with me at the moment as well, my biggest priority is I want to get all different colors of vegetables so that I can get, you know, a wider variety of micronutrients. And then also with protein, it's super important to make sure that you do kind of have that pre-made in a way, because protein is something that really does need to, there typically is a bit more preparation involved. Like obviously easier options is things like a protein shake and protein yogurt, but for a larger amount of protein and definitely to hit your protein goals, you kind of want to be making sure you're having some type of like meat, eggs, egg whites, those types of things in your day. And so that's just been how I personally meal prepped for as long as I can remember, and that's been definitely my key to staying on track when it comes to nutrition, when I was tracking macros, but also when it comes to making sure that I'm actually eating a really well-balanced diet and getting in that diversity when it comes to my veg, and making sure that I am actually hitting my protein goals as well. And a lot of people kind of say like they don't have time to meal prep and stuff, but guys, literally having like 2 hours on your weekend, chucking some stuff in the air fryer, putting some stuff in the oven, cooking up some meats, it doesn't take a heap of time, and it really is just like a section out of, you know, your weekend or something, preparing you to save so much time throughout that next week. And you can also make it like a really enjoyable experience as well, where you can put on a podcast, listen to music, kind of make it something that you can look forward to in a way as well. And you'll feel so much better for literally the entire week, because when it comes to meals, you don't have to think, oh, what am I going to make? Oh, now I have to cook. Like it's just there ready for you. and you're going to be staying on track as well because it's there ready for you. So that's definitely my biggest piece of advice when it comes to eating healthier in general and like preparing yourself for success when it comes to your nutrition goals is more of like a bulk meal prep with different variety, so that you don't get as bored with meals, and you can also have a lot more freedom when it comes to what you feel like and what you can make, because the options really are endless when you just have bulk cook up. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday. I didn't actually jump on and share the rest of my night with you yesterday, but honestly all I did was ended up watching a new TV show that I've been loving, because that's what the body and soul needed, okay? But I did actually want to jump on and chat to you guys a little bit about something I've been like reintroducing into my routine that has made such a difference, I can't even describe. And I really wanted to like chat to you guys a little bit about it in case you guys need it, because I really feel like it is so common to get to like this midpoint of the year and start to feel like quite overwhelmed or lose track of like what you want to feel and what you want to do this year. And for me, a huge part of like, I've been very, very open about the fact that I'm someone who does have to put a lot of conscious effort into my mental health. I feel like my default tends to go down the other way. So I caught myself starting to feel just really like consciously anxious and constantly overwhelmed and like really disconnected from myself in a way. Like, I've had such an amazing year this year so far. Like, so many incredible things have been happening, and it's like the outside of my life has felt really successful, and I am feeling a million times better than I did last year, but I'm still just not feeling 100% like in tune with myself and like completely grounded and like completely like connected to myself. And it's something that I've always put a lot of intentional effort into creating because of how much of a difference that has made to my life. And a huge part of that has always been like my morning routine. And ever since having Hugo, like, if you have a puppy, you know, it's not the most relaxing experience I used to see people taking their puppies or like their dogs on a morning walk, and I was like, that just looks like the pinnacle of bliss. That looks like heaven to me. And then you get a puppy and you realize actually how like, you know, you're trying to constantly train them, you're constantly watching them. And I just found that my mornings stopped being as relaxing for me, and it would kind of spiral into my day. And I have found that like definitely the last few months and ongoing from there, I just have not been feeling as like peaceful, and like definitely not peaceful, and definitely not like completely like centered. And I don't want this all to sound woo woo, but I'm hoping that you guys are getting something from this. And I reflect back at when I lived in Newcastle, and genuinely my morning routine there, like that is one thing I do miss about that place, because Gold Coast is so busy. I've caught myself even in like my, you know, on my walks and stuff, which tends to be like my time to really like calm myself down and just like really like, connect to myself and things like that. I've found myself just feeling really overwhelmed. And it is something that I do miss about Newcastle, is just like the morning routine I had there. I've had a morning walk that was right by the ocean, and I used to sit there and read my book, or I would like do some writing, like something I've always loved doing. And you guys can look back at my old Instagram posts and how I'd always write novels in my captions and stuff, like, and you know, when I do question boxes and stuff, I love writing. Like, it is something that really kind of helps me like really connect to my mind and just feel like all connected. I'm just going to keep saying the same thing, but I caught myself the other day and I was like, I feel like I'm just kind of starting to just run on autopilot a lot more, and I don't like how my autopilot is making me feel right now. And it's one of those things, like, we do always have a choice. We have the choice whether or not we continue doing the same thing and feeling the same way and getting the same result, or we can make a change and change something about our day, about the way we think, about the way we act to get a different result. And I was reflecting back on when I was feeling just a lot calmer within myself and my mind, and like, I guess my life as well. And there's so much going on around me at the moment, and I feel like I'm constantly being pulled one way or the other. and then just not really, and I'm catching myself just constantly leading to distractions as well. Like instead of just like sitting with myself and thinking and writing and you know, going for a walk and just being present, it's like you know, you're constantly thinking about something, or I'm, you know, going on social media, or I'm thinking about work I have to do, and I'm just not really being like still. And so the other day I was like, that's it. Tomorrow morning, I'm just going to do a 5-minute meditation and just really focus on my breathing again, because I found my breathing was just really fast all the time. And obviously as well with all this gut health stuff as well, I am really trying to bring my body down into a much calmer state, because my default tends to be quite stressed and like, you know, go, 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 go. So it was just so crazy, because I did it one morning and my energy, my mood, my clarity for that day was so like lights and years different. Like it was, that's not even the saying. It was so much better, and it just made such a difference to how I felt, how I responded to things that day. Like, because I used to do like a you know, a meditation every morning. And when I talk meditation, I'm not sitting there and I'm not like imagining my higher power. It's quite literally just like I take like 5 to 10 minutes. As soon as my alarm goes off, I sit and I do really slow breathing, like really deep breathing. So like in through my nose, out through my mouth, and I just really like connect to that breathing, slow it down. If thoughts start to come in, I kind of reconnect back to my breath, and that just allows me to be so much more in tune with my body and how I'm feeling throughout the entire day, so much more relaxed. And so I've been doing that. It's probably been about 5 days now, and it has made such a difference. And I even found like I had been really struggling to write. Like I'd been really struggling to even like truly like sit down and be really present in writing, and not just like think about 100 things, and not like get a clear, you know, not like be in a state to be able to write like in a flowy kind of state. And I've been getting back into my writing. So now my morning routine has shifted just a little bit, and it's been such tiny things, but it has already made such a difference. And I'm really, really excited to have these continue on, and I'll 100% keep you guys updated, but I'm already feeling so much better and just so much more like grounded. You know, just adding that extra, you know, 5 to 10 minutes in my morning where I'm sitting there is setting my entire day up for so much more calmness and so much more clarity, and also so much more intention. Then I go on my morning walk, and I've found that my breathing is just a lot slower. I'm so much more present. I'm just in such a better headspace, instead of being overthinking whilst I'm on my walk, or just kind of just getting a little bit irritated by things, which is what I caught myself feeling. And then after my walk, I like just sit down by the beach, and I've been writing. And it's just so nice to have that part back in my day. So that's just been a little tiny shift I've made to my morning that has just completely transformed it. And I actually wanted to also share with you guys, because how this all came about was I was just feeling really, really overwhelmed, and just like really wanted to make a change, because I was like, I'm so aware of how we really are creating our life. And as much as, you know, we may be working on autopilot, and it may not be intentional that we're, you know, not feeling the way we want to feel, or we're not achieving what we want to feel, what we want to achieve, but it really is coming down to our own actions. And I'm so aware of that, and I'll never be a victim to my life and what's happening. I will always try to reflect at what I can do better, or how I can make my situation better, because we can always control something. There's some things we can't control, but we can control how we react to it and what we choose to do with that. So I've made like a little self-care daily/weekly task, and this is what it is. So what I have is 5 to 10 minute meditation first thing in the morning. No phone/scroll first 2 hours, but that's actually becoming a lot longer for me, because the shift I feel as soon as I go on my phone and start to like actually just like be on social media, like I do my post, and then I tend to just get straight off it, because the shift it has on my day when I start scrolling, it's like I've lost all control of how I feel and where my attention goes for that day. So that is so important for me. So I actually am going to set myself to like no phone before 9 a.m. like no, just completely being off it. And then write thoughts. So like I just said, like sitting down at the beach and just like really kind of thinking about something that I feel important that I want to write about. Because it just allows me to being more connected to myself, my thoughts, my mind. And also, like, it always just helps with my perspective on life. And I feel like sometimes it can help me provide more help to you guys, like when I can share that with you guys on social media or something as well. Another one is start a new spiritual book. I haven't actually started that one just yet. I didn't want to overwhelm myself too much. It's kind of like when you're starting your fitness journey and you can set yourself 100 goals and it just you like overwhelm yourself a little bit. I just want to kind of start my morning routine and feel that shift before I add a new one in, because I really want to get back into my consistent reading. And I have said this for a little while and I've struggled to get back into it. But I think as well now with this shift in my morning and how much that's making me feel so just calmer throughout the day, and I tend to not even revert back to my phone as much, because the second I'm on my phone I catch my heart rate speeding up and I'm not feeling as calm anymore. So I like kind of get myself back off it, that I will start to revert to more calming type of activities like my reading. But what I do want to do is kind of push. My morning tends to start around 7 a.m. What I'm thinking of doing is actually pushing that back a little bit to like 8 or 9, and then I can add in, and like 30 minutes or something, or a chapter of a book in there. And when I say spiritual book, making you become a lot more aware of the power you hold over your life is like what I would refer to when I speak about a spiritual book. It could also be a self-development book, I guess, but I guess self-development books can sometimes be things like a business book, and I just don't feel like that's what I need right now. I feel like right now I need something to like remind me about, how important it is to take control of your life and like what you want to achieve, and remember that you do hold that power within yourself. So I want to start doing that, and then I'm going to add that into my morning routine once I establish this a little bit better. Journal every night, which is already something that I have had in my routine for ages. And then other little things that are going to just help me with my self-care practices is my sauna 3 times per week, which I will be able to add my reading into that, because I do actually really like reading, and it's just an easy way to add that into something I'm already doing. Yoga 2 times per week, that's going to be on my rest days. And then I like to, instead of just editing my content like whilst I'm sitting down on the lounge or something, I do like to edit that whilst I do like some just slower paced cardio, because obviously heart health, and I also just feel like I can it just allows me to get more movement in. And obviously cardio, it is good for our body and our mind. And then my full weight sessions. So they're not as important, but now also something else I'm doing, and I definitely understand this is very much so a luxury that I can create this into my routine, and it's something that I can have that freedom within my routine to schedule out a day to, dedicate that to self-care and, that sort of thing. But if you can't do it on a weekday, for example, if there's a day off work that you can really schedule to yourself and filling up your cup, that is what I'm now doing. So that's going to be Wednesday for me. I'm going to dedicate Wednesday to being a self-care day, and that's something I used to do a few years ago when I had my gym, and Wednesdays were my day off coaching, and I had one of my employees that was doing the classes at that time, and that was like a full day off that I had to myself. And I just remember how much of an impact that had to even just the week itself, because it was like I was intentionally pouring energy back into myself. I wasn't, having to be somewhere at a certain time or putting any pressure on myself to do anything. It was like just doing things that allowed me to be slower, be a lot more intentional, and do things that made me feel better. So that is currently my little self-care weekly task that I wanted to share with you guys. But anyways, guys, I'm going to finish up this little vlog now. It wasn't so much a daily. It was a bit of a daily, a little bits and bobs, but I just wanted to get this out there for you. But I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing week, and I will see you guys in my next one.